In today's episode, we check out the weirdest Gibson custom shop guitar. Let's take a look. Hey guys, welcome back to Squealing Pig Guitars, the home of luxury shred machines here in Nottingham, England. My name is Keightley, and today we're going to be taking a look at the weirdest Gibson custom shop guitar ever released. This is the Gibson Modern DC from 2017, and it's quite a weird looking guitar. And in today's video we're going to be going over the history, the specs, and of course a tone demo of this amazing guitar. So let's start with the history. The Gibson Modern DC was released in 2017, but this wasn't the first double cut model that Gibson made to rival PRS's line of guitars. Obviously we're excluding the Les Paul Special from this, as that was the original double cut, but it had P90s and wasn't a standard. Here's an early attempt at the Les Paul Standard DC, and as you can see it takes a lot of inspiration from the PRS market, as it has a 24 frets, a nice flame top, and also features straight string pull on the headstock, which is a spec that PRS guitars are known for. Here's a couple of other modern custom shop renditions of a double cut. These are really cool with flamed maple tops but still have the Les Paul Special pickguard. And here's the modern DC that we have today in 2017, which is going after that Les Paul custom look with the tuxedo effects and the rich light fingerboards. These guitars came in several colours, including solid colours as well as translucent finishes like we have today. So let's open the case and take a closer look at the DC that we have in today. So here's the DC Modern up close, and as you can see, it's an absolutely stunning piece. It might be weird, but it's definitely got its own unique character. We've got a quilt maple top on this one, and I have to say I've never seen a quilt maple top just like this. It has such a nice figuring on it, it's very PRS-like. Obviously this is the rust finish, which is kind of like this brown hue, I guess, in person. Very nice, it looks very hairy even. We have 7-ply binding around the sides, which is white and black. We have a mahogany back with a nice kind of belly cut, very comfortable indeed. And then we have this kind of, double cut format, which is a little bit PRS-like, and a little bit more of a sculpted horn. I do think they could have sculpted that a little bit more, made it a bit more like an access model, as this is obviously a very modern guitar. We then have a one-piece mahogany neck with a rich light fingerboard. This does have 24 frets, as you can see down here, so you have 2-octave scale length, but it is still 24.75 inch scale length, so the frets are going to be slightly thinner than they would be on a Les Paul. Then we have the custom headstock. You can see the split diamond inlay in mother of pearl and the Gibson logo. We also have gold hardware on this. These are the gold Grover tuners, which are actually locking as well with the milk bottle buttons. As you can see here, we have the Apex head carve, which is a really nice feature on these modern custom shop guitars. The Apex head carve basically is a volute, meaning that it creates reinforcement to the back of the neck, but they've done it in such a way which is very stylistic and very modern. As this is a 24 fret guitar, we actually have a longer neck tenon which connects the neck to the body, meaning more sustain and playability. Let's talk about the electronics. We have a set of 57 classic humbuckers in the gold hardware, 1 volume, 1 tone, 3-way switch, very simple as you'd expect from Gibson. Got a stop tailpiece and an ABR1 bridge. This is a true ABR1 as it's drilled directly into the top, which is my favourite hardware from Gibson. I filmed a tone demo before I had a look at this guitar today, and I actually thought this was an ebony fingerboard, but it is a rich light fingerboard, so my apologies there for making that mistake. In the tone demo I mentioned how bright it is, and that's a very common trait with ebony, so I do think it sounds very similar to ebony, and also has the drawbacks of ebony as well as the look, which is really cool as well. As you can see here, we have the very large mother of pearl custom inlay, so we have one at the 1st fret all the way up. It would have been cool if they could have put one at the 24th fret or maybe the 22, but obviously there's a very small amount of room to be dealing with. I believe that's everything to mention on this modern, so let's hear it in the tone demo. Okay guys, now it's time for the tone test, so let's put this Les Paul DC Modern through its paces. I love how this guitar looks, and I love the aesthetic choices of the ebony fretboard, the locking tuners, and the lovely Apex carve on the back of the headstock. But let's see how this guitar actually sounds. So this is the tone that I used at the start of the video. This is the kind of Clint Eastwood Gorillaz inspired track. I'm using a Vox AC30 preset on my Kemper. I've got a compressor at the front, just giving it a little bit of a level boost, and then I've got a nice kind of digital delay and reverb patch, and this is the tone I get with these 57 Classic humbuckers. So these humbuckers are really versatile. As I play, I'm playing quite quiet, but I can hear there's a lot of gain that can be accessed from these pickups, but they're very thin sounding, and they could be unpotted. I'm not sure if they are or not, but they sound very treble heavy. Really good for a dynamic tone, especially for this track. You can hear there's more gain to be had, but it's compressed quite easily. Rolling down that tone knob a little bit. Makes them lead lines a little bit more bearable. Obviously this is an ebony fingerboard, so it is a brighter guitar already. So guys, what are my final thoughts on this beautiful guitar? In my opinion, it's kind of like a PRS if Gibson made a PRS, if that makes sense. It's a DC model, double cut. It's a very unique looking guitar, and would I personally own one? No, but I can respect how cool and weird and wonderful it is. I really like the finish. This rust finish has a very unique kind of tone to it. I'm just looking at it here. It's kind of got quite a brown hue, and that quilt top is something that I've never seen before. It looks almost fake in a way. It's like a swirl pattern. It's very, very cool indeed. I really like the historic hardware on here, obviously ABR1 bridge with the gold hardware as well. It felt very comfortable to play. The neck shape was nice and thick. Tonally speaking on this guitar, it was a very bright guitar, which is all well and good on the clean tones, but I feel like in the distorted tones, it can sometimes be a little bit too shrieky. So I found myself using that tone control quite a lot. This guitar is loaded with 57 classic pickups. I think personally it looks a bit more like a metal guitar, especially with the ebony fingerboard. So I'd recommend that Gibson do a little bit more of a higher output pickup. I think 490R, 498Ts would have fit a lot better in this guitar, or maybe even EMGs, you never even know. But something that would have made it more metal, I think, especially with it being a modern guitar, it's going to want to go for them players that want a higher gain tone and more comfortable playability. I also thought they could sculpt the neck joint a little bit more, a little bit like the Access models, as this is a very modern guitar and there's no need to kind of keep that stumpy neck joint. They could do a little bit more of a sloped neck joint. So out of 10, I'd give this guitar about a 7.5. Love the looks, love the playability. The sound could be better, but all around, it's a great package from the Gibson Custom Shop. I also love the rectangular case it comes in. But most importantly, guys, let me know in the comment section below what you think of this guitar, and if you like this video, then make sure to like and subscribe down below. So I guess that's the end of another video, guys. I will see you in another Squealing Pig Guitars episode tomorrow, but until then, keep rocking, and I'll see you soon.